You're listening to the Youngpreneurs Podcast, the #1 resource online for under 35-year-olds, where we chat twice a week to the most inspiring entrepreneurs in the world. We have it all. If you're looking for inspiration, guidance, or actionable tips to help you transition from that job into a business, or if you're ready to take that business to a whole new level, then this is the place to be. Get ready to live life on your own terms. Youngpreneurs Podcast, episode number 115, with your host, Victor Ahipene. What's up, world? Another day, another podcast, and super happy to have you all here. I hope you're having an amazing week, and it's going to been starting off with a bang. I am just about a week into a 21-day challenge that I set up with a few friends on definitely taking things to a whole another level, and so far so good. So I hope if you've got some things to do, set yourself 21 days to get them done, or to make a massive leeway and keep yourself accountable, because I can definitely tell you the accountability and actually taking action and getting these things done has been huge. And I'll share with you after it's all finished what I was able to achieve in 3 weeks. But what I'm going to talk about today is 5 books that you should read, if any young entrepreneur should read, to get them kick-started. This has got nothing to do with mindset. This is all about business, and some books that I've found hugely influential. So let's get it kick-started, and if you want to find out some more about these books, they're all going to be over at passiveincomeyoung.com, and there's also some great resources there where you can get a business started online for $0. I walk you step by step through that process, and it's some super powerful training, and have been getting some awesome responses to it. First book that I would recommend is one that is great for a lot of people, and I guess transitioning their mindset from work for 40 years and then retire mindset. It's not high on strategy, but it is high on, and I know I said these weren't about mindset, but this is more about your business mindset. So transitioning from being an employee to an employer. It was good when I read it at the time. A lot of people that I know now have probably transitioned past that, but it's still good to get these sound foundations down. And the book's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's by a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. He's pretty well known around the world. He's put out a lot of other books. Some people rave by them, some don't. But I can really vouch for this book. If you are currently sitting behind a desk, working for somebody, and you're not quite sure where to go, so starting other lines of income that may help you to transition out of your job is super important, or help you support chasing your dream. And if you're interested in creating more lines of income or streams of income coming in, then do get in contact with me. It's Victor at passiveincomeyoung.com, and I can hopefully help point you in some directions that you can do. And the next book is, no surprise if you've listened to a few shows, 4-Hour Workweek by my mate Tim Ferriss. We're not actually mates yet, but he's an absolute gun, and I love everything he does. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is going to put you into the mindset of becoming an entrepreneur or business owner. 4-Hour Workweek is going to show you how you can systemize it. So obviously the title's super enticing for a lot of people who are working 40, 50, 60, 80-hour work weeks. For the majority of people who get into this, they'll realize that 4 hours is the goal, and then you'll get bored with all these other hours that you've got spare, and you'll start chasing other opportunities. But a lot of 4-Hour Workweek is about systemizing the things that you shouldn't be wasting your time on, and outsourcing other resources, finding out about the 80-20 rule and how to apply that into business and life. So that is applying 80% of your 20% of your effort to get an 80% reward, or eliminating the 20% of people who give you the 80% of headaches. But Tim does it really, really well. It's a New York Times bestseller, and it is an absolutely amazing book that I know has influenced, if you've listened to a lot of the shows, not only me, but a hell of a lot of the guests on there. A few of them have achieved it, then, as I said, got bored. They have the problems of the new rich. It's not money, but it's what they do to add value and add to their time. The next book I wanted to introduce you to was a book by the name of Your Life, Your Legacy, and it's by a guy called Roger Hamilton, and he is pretty awesome in helping people transition from trying to be the jack of all trades to working towards what their highest values are and their highest skill set. And this is a super cool book because what it does, and there's a quiz that you can do with it called the Wealth Dynamics quiz, and it shows you and puts you into 8 different categories, or one of 8 different categories, or often 2 or 3 of those categories with a primary one. And what you're aiming to do with those is find out what your strengths are and also find out what your weaknesses are. And rather than trying to strengthen your weaknesses, you want to team up with people who have those strengths that complement your weaknesses. And it's a super powerful book for being able to discover that, and then also being able to craft and grow a team around it. Because when people are in flow and doing what they love, then there's a lot less work going on, a lot more enjoyment, a lot more creativity, and a lot more growth in the team. So that is a super powerful book that I would highly recommend to anybody out there who is looking to find out what their skill set is. We've all got them, and we all team up with other people differently, and it's a great book and a great quiz to do. My 4th book is probably, I'd probably go out there and say my favourite book. It's a brilliantly written book by Ryan Holiday. It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying, The Secrets of a Media Manipulator, and it's something that I know many of our guests like Mark Major and a few others have used to media hack and get growth, and I've done it myself. And it really gives you an insight into A, how the news and media work, and B, how you can use that to your advantage to grow your business or your brand or your personal brand to do it. And it's obviously a really cool and well written story, and that will help you say a rich dad, poor dad. You've got your understanding of what it takes to be a business person, 4-hour work week. You're creating the systems, getting your ideas, and figuring out how to not only systemize it but outsource it. And then Roger Hamilton's book's great for figuring out what you should outsource and what you should keep yourself for your strengths. Trust Me, I'm Lying is how you can leverage up. And then if you're looking to get more of an online automated system, I would highly recommend reading The Invisible Selling Machine by Ryan Deiss. That's a book that you can get an understanding on what happens online and how you can utilize it and create sales funnels. So I've talked a lot about sales funnels in the past. It's a great way of driving traffic with advertising into sales funnels and having it working for you online, on the go, non-stop, 24/7. And that's really what we want to be able to do, because it means that we aren't out there grinding away trying to make tedious sale after sale, and these sorts of things can work. All of these books can work and help either online or offline businesses. If you're an individual or if you've got a team, they're all going to be beneficial and all going to help. So I'd recommend you go and check out all of those at passiveincomeyoung.com, and I will see you all. We've got a really exciting interview coming out Thursday. I'll see you all then. In the meantime, guys, keep living life on your own terms.
Thanks for listening to the Youngpreneurs Podcast. This was proudly brought to you by the Podcast Institute, the #1 training resource to take your business from chasing leads to leads chasing you, and from an absolute amateur to a full-blown authority. If you're looking to take your business to the next level, then a podcast is the obvious answer. You can get national and global exposure in a very fast time, and it's just exactly what I've done with this podcast. So if you want to find out more, get a checklist on how you can get started for under $60, and to find out more through a small training video that I've prepared for you all, then please check out passiveincomeyoung.com/podcast training.